If there was one fight that was in the light heavyweight division where someone is fighting for who gets to stay in the UFC, I couldn't think of any better matchup than Dominick Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Now, I've been waiting for this fight for a long time. Anthony Smith has been losing a lot more than he's been winning, and he's been on the decline. Dominick Reyes has been on a steep decline. Those fights with Blachowicz and Prochazka changed him, so you could tell when he stepped in there with Ryan Spann made very easy work of Dominick Reyes and just put him out. It was actually super duper sad. Oh, man. That was actually the one time where I was like, after the Prochazka versus Blachowicz, and Blachowicz, after he fought Blachowicz and Prochazka, excuse my language, it's late night. But I was like thinking, okay, the Spann fight might be a bounce back for Dominick Reyes, and it wasn't. And he did just get a win under his belt, but it's against a guy who's not even, well known at light heavyweight. So his one win doesn't really count for something, or at least with Lionheart Smith right now, I would have to say he's my favorite, only because he's beat Ryan Spann, I think twice, actually. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he's actually just continued to fight the best of the best that are kind of matchups for him at that division, like Roman Dolidze, who's a middleweight but moved up to light heavyweight for a little bit of a challenge and came up on top. He's been staying there. So the question is that damage going to accumulate to backfire, and is it going to be two tenderized former light heavyweight title contenders fighting each other, or is it going to be Dominick Reyes is far more damaged than Lionheart can dream of being yet, and Lionheart's going to make quick work of Dominick Reyes? I don't know. But right now, if you were to ask me who I got, right, I would have to say probably Anthony Smith. But if Dominick Reyes could pull off an upset, I would actually like to see that too. Because with Dominick Reyes, it's actually, my brain says one thing, but my heart says another. My brain obviously says that he's been, bouncing around a little bit. He's been losing a lot more, and he just has one win. So I don't like his odds, but my heart wants to see this guy succeed, because he was the guy that arguably beat John Jones at 205. That fight was a long time ago, and the more I watch that fight back, and the more I see Dominick Reyes just put John Jones on skates like that, that guy had so much potential to be the future of the 205 division when John Jones moved up to heavyweight. And he got it snatched from underneath his nose by Jan Blachowicz when he got that. It was a justified title shot against someone, and it was a power puncher, and that one punch was the thing that changed his entire trajectory of his career. It's amazing how one shot against a power puncher like Blachowicz and his Polish power, right? It's amazing how one shot can just change the trajectory. So you know what? As much as I'm kind of counting Dominick Reyes out on this one, my heart goes out to Dominick Reyes, because it is so hard to watch what he used to be versus what he is now. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm actually going to be watching this with a bit of a personal bias, but logic says that it's going to go the opposite of the way I want it to. But we'll have to wait and see. This is how these things go on, and upsets do happen, so who knows. But peace out. That's what I got to say. Later.